Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on HCF by factor trees worksheets. So following on from our previous videos and all the worksheets we presented, we continue with this video to present some worksheets on finding the HCF by using factor trees. So for here we have two numbers for each of the questions. Okay, so from A right up to K, we have to find the HCF for each of those numbers, or for those two numbers. So that is the highest number that divides into both numbers. Okay, so look, you have to look at them as a pair. So you have to do a factor tree for this one and a factor tree for that one. And following on from what we did in the lesson for this worksheet, that enables you to find the highest common factor. Okay, so that's what we need to do for this particular worksheet. Now this worksheet here is a little bit more involved, but the same strategy is used. In this case, we have to do a factor tree for three numbers. So it takes a little bit longer, but it's very, very good practice. So we do a factor tree for 8, a factor tree for 12, and a factor tree for 16. And we have to pick the numbers that appear in all three. We pair them off like we did in the lesson. And when you do that, you multiply them together, and that enables you to find the HCF of those three numbers. So remember, the HCF is the highest number that will divide into each of those numbers. So as we come here, the numbers get a little bit larger, so it's just a little bit more challenging. The factor trees will just be a little bit longer. You have to do a little bit of extra sketching, but if you take your time, there's no problem, because the strategies are the same, no matter whether it's two numbers or three numbers, whether the numbers are small or large. You keep looking for the prime numbers and you build up your factor tree until you get to the end. So this is a really good one here. Now here's a little hint. You can see that each of those numbers there is even. So the first line of the factor tree will be 2 times something. See, because that's even. That will be 2 times something. That will be 2 times something. Very important to remember that. When you see an odd number like this, try 3 times something, because you know 2 will not divide into 81, but 3 might. In fact, it does. There is a simple rule which tells you straight away whether 3 divides into 81. We'll cover that rule later on. So I'll give you a little hint. 3 actually does divide into 81, so we use 3 here. So this video has given us a few worksheets where we have to construct factor trees, and these factor trees will help us to find the highest common factor for the numbers that are given.